What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is the use of technology to harass, threaten, embarrass, or target another person. Nearly half of U.S. teens have experienced some form of cyberbullying, but it doesn't just impact our youth. Research shows that 41% of adults and 95% of content creators have faced some type of online harassment. Cyberbullying can happen to anyone, anytime, and anywhere. Forms of cyberbullying include, but are not limited to, harassing messages and comments, impersonation, and stalking. Common places cyberbullying may take place include popular social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat.
What is cyberbullying? Technology can be a lot of fun, but there are some risks and threats we should be aware of. Cyberbullying is a form of bullying that takes place online. It can happen anytime, any place, anywhere, and on any platform, such as social media sites, messaging apps, and even computer games. It might start directly online, or it might be a follow-up from offline bullying, such as at school. Examples of cyberbullying include saying hurtful things, spreading false rumors, leaving you out of things, posting photos or videos that make you feel bad about yourself, or making you feel different and alone. Cyberbullying can be difficult to stop, as posts spread quickly. By the time one is removed, there could be 5 more, and because social media is online all the time, it can all feel like too much. Someone who is being cyberbullied might start to think badly of themselves, feel sad, lonely, or nervous. They might lose confidence or have problems at school or with friends. So what should you do if you think you're being cyberbullied or if you know someone who is? Cyberbullying is wrong. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Talk to your parents, teachers, or a trusted adult. They can help support you and report what's happening to special reporting websites. Don't worry, it won't get you in trouble. They can also help with adjusting your privacy settings to stop unwanted messages from coming through, or so that only people you know and trust can see what you post. It can be difficult, but try not to respond by sending the cyberbully similar posts or spreading rumors. It will only make you fall into a horrible trap of becoming a cyberbully yourself. Instead, make sure you're spending time offline with the people you care about. No one deserves to be bullied in the real world or online. By thinking carefully about what you post and taking a stand against cyberbullying, we can all enjoy safer technology, always.
A couple of guiding questions that we had were, what strategies can be implemented to create a safe online environment and promote positive digital behavior among students? Also, how can we identify the signs of cyberbullying among students, and what role can educators play in supporting those affected?
There are many challenges that we face when it comes to cyberbullying. According to Genocide, it states that experts emphasize the seriousness of cyberbullying, noting that its effects on young people can be even more harmful than traditional bullying. This often leads to significant psychological distress. Some of those psychological issues that we look at are anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, suicidal thoughts, or even self-harm. When researching, I found an article done by BMC Psychiatry on the effects of cyberbullying, victimization on depression, and suicidal ideation. And it reinforced what Genocide stated, and it went into it a little bit different in the idea of these effects that take place through psychological impact are more persistent, and they last longer than those of traditional bullying, because the online nature of cyberbullying and the content that's put out there is continuously accessible. It intensifies feelings of isolation and hopelessness. The victims that experience cyberbullying, they can't escape it, because once it's out there, it's done. And so it's out there for long. The digital footprint is out there. So a lot of times victims will also experience physical symptoms in regards to this, and such as headaches, stomach aches, and sleep disturbances. If we can address the issues within cyberbullying by attacking them with comprehensive strategies, we need to increase awareness of cyberbullying. We need to provide support systems for students or for victims that are subjected to it. We need to provide interventions to our parents, to our educators, to administrators, to other students, to help identify something that they see. And we need to have mental health professionals providing guidance. According to the International Journal of Innovative Science and Research Technology, they wrote an article, or had a research study on cyberbullying and its legal and ethical implications that challenge the opportunities for policy development. And what I found on there was a few legal issues that we come across when it comes to the challenges of cyberbullying, particularly concerning when online behavior becomes criminal, the extent of schools' responsibilities beyond school hours, privacy considerations, and jurisdictional challenges. And we're going to talk about those on the next two slides. Legal issues. When does it cross into criminal activity? Well, online harassment will turn into criminal activity when there are actual explicit threats, stalking, or actions that cause significant emotional distress to a victim. Right now in the United States, there are no federal laws that specifically address cyberbullying, and some states have enacted legislation that will criminalize certain forms of online harassment. So it can be treated as a misdemeanor or a criminal offense, and they could be charged with stalking or some type of a harassment law. But when do the schools have a legal responsibility to issues that occur after school hours? Well, you have to determine the authority to, or whether or not they are the authority to address the cyberbullying incident when it occurs off campus and outside those school hours. If the behavior that happens after school or outside of school hours disrupts the learning environment or infringes on the rights of students, then at that time the schools have the authority to intervene. This can be a very gray area and very legally complex, and will often require the school to come together to navigate and balance to ensure that they are ensuring that they're following protocol to ensure student safety and maintaining their constitutional rights. In a continuation from the journal written on cyberbullying, legal and ethical implications that challenge policy development, done by the International Journal of Innovative Science and Research, some of the legal issues that they face are also within privacy and geographical limits. When we take a look at the privacy issue with cyberbullying. Addressing cyberbullying involves navigating privacy issues when monitoring students' online activities. Schools must balance the need that protects students and respects their privacy rights, and policy should be clearly defined, ensuring that any monitoring or disciplinary actions are conducted lawfully and transparently. There also tends to be geographical limits because the internet has no borders. It can be very hard to figure out who has the authority to handle cyberbullying cases. Most instances, because it's happening online, these people do not live in the same place, or they may be in another country or in another state through phishing scams. So, with it coming from another state or from different countries, it can get even more confusing for the legal part of our system to be able to step in. This means that different legal groups have to work together. There has to be rules set into place for people to be able to deal with these issues properly.
What are some opportunities with bullying? The culture and atmosphere of a school can be seriously impacted by cyberbullying and digital drama in general. As a result, many schools have created clear anti-cyberbullying policies pertaining to responsible device use in an effort to be proactive rather than reactive. Opportunities for action: support student-led campaigns to stop bullying. Action: support the development of student-run groups that foster inclusivity and respect, such as peer mentoring programs, anti-bullying clubs, or kindness campaigns. Give these organizations the tools, faculty guidance, and venues they need to plan activities, social media campaigns, and peer-led conversations about cyberbullying effects and digital citizenship. A benefit: students feel more responsible for creating a respectful school environment when they take charge of anti-bullying campaigns. Since students are more likely to listen to and be influenced by their peers than by authority figures, peer-driven initiatives are frequently more relatable and successful in addressing bullying behavior. Another opportunity for action would be teach witness intervention strategies. The action: by teaching students safe and efficient ways to react when they witness cyberbullying or other types of harassment, you can incorporate spectator intervention trainings into the curriculum. Give specific tactics like telling a trusted adult about an incident, supporting the victim with positive reinforcement, or diverting or rewriting harmful behavior. A benefit would be bullying is greatly decreased when students are equipped with intervention skills, which turn those who witness it into active allies. Students help create a school climate where bullying is less accepted and victims feel supported rather than alone when they are aware of their responsibility to prevent harm and have the resources to react appropriately.
As technology becomes more embedded in education and daily life, it's crucial to implement proactive strategies to protect P through 12th grade learners. We will explore two key approaches to tackling cyberbullying effectively. One major step in preventing cyberbullying is education. Schools must teach students about the risk of online interactions, ethical communication, and proper responses to cyberbullying incidents. By empowering students with digital literacy and safety awareness, we can help them navigate the online world responsibly. The National Education Association emphasizes the need for structured internet safety programs in schools. I have provided a link to an infographic of internet safety tips. But education alone is not enough. Schools must establish and enforce policies on acceptable online behavior. Clearly defined rules set expectations for students and staff. Staff training ensures that teachers and school personnel can recognize, address, and prevent cyberbullying effectively. Schools should monitor high-risk areas such as chat forums, social media, and gaming platforms. Engaging families in prevention strategies creates a community-wide effort to promote a culture of respect and safety. According to schoolsafety.gov, these strategies are essential in creating a safe learning environment. Cyberbullying is a complex issue, but with education, policies, and collaboration, we can reduce its impact. Schools, teachers, parents, and students must work together to foster a safer online environment. Let's advocate for a stronger internet safety education program and clear anti-bullying policies in every school. Cyberbullying continues to impact students worldwide, prompting legal action and policy reforms. We are going to examine two significant initiatives. One, a lawsuit against social media companies led by the Northside Independent School District, and two, the Australian federal government's national anti-bullying efforts. Northside ISD, one of the largest school districts in Texas, has joined a national lawsuit against social media platforms. The lawsuit claims that apps like TikTok and YouTube contribute to cyberbullying and negatively affect children's mental health. Schools are seeing increased anxiety, depression, and social pressures among students due to harmful online interactions. The lawsuit aims to hold social media companies accountable, advocating for platform regulation and mental health support funding. This highlights a growing movement to address the role of social media in student well-being. In response to tragic bullying-related incidents, the Australian federal government has taken action. They have appointed experts to gather experiences from students, families, and educators across the country. The goal is to create a unified national anti-bullying policy that identifies effective prevention measures and areas for improvement. This approach ensures that stakeholders from all sectors contribute to a safer environment for students. Recent headlines show that bullying is still a major concern, with efforts like the ban on harmful school accounts on TikTok playing a role in addressing the issue. These initiatives demonstrate that cyberbullying is a serious global issue, requiring legal action, policy changes, and community involvement. School governments and social media companies must work together to create safer digital spaces. What can we do? Educators and parents advocate for a stronger digital safety education. Students report cyberbullying and promote positive online behavior. Communities support policies that prioritize mental health and student well-being.
Cyberbullying among P-12 learners is a pervasive issue that requires comprehensive strategies to address effectively. There are several approaches that districts and their schools are implementing different strategies to combat cyberbullying. In the next two scenes, IAHBE given examples of two of the strategies. 1. Implementing comprehensive internet safety education programs. Schools should establish programs that educate students about the risks of online interactions, ethical communication standards, and appropriate responses to cyberbullying incidents. These programs can empower students with the knowledge to navigate the digital world safely and responsibly. Information on this can be found in the NEI database. 2. Establishing clear policies and conducting staff training. Developing and enforcing policies that define acceptable online behavior, coupled with training for teachers and staff, can create a supportive environment that deters bullying. Monitoring areas where bullying is likely to occur and engaging families in prevention strategies further reinforces a culture of respect and safety. Information on this can be found at schoolsafety.gov. Several schools and organizations have undertaken initiatives to combat cyberbullying. These schools have implemented different strategies to tend to their students' mental health needs and improve areas to provide a safe learning environment. Examples of 2 of these schools are provided in the next 2 scenes. Northside Independent School District. This district has joined a national lawsuit against social media companies, alleging that platforms like TikTok and YouTube contribute to cyberbullying and negatively impact children's mental health. The lawsuit seeks regulation of these platforms and compensation for mental health services. Information pertaining to this can be found on Express News. Australian Federal Government. In response to tragic incidents linked to bullying, the government has appointed experts to gather experiences of school bullying nationwide. This effort aims to develop a unified, national anti-bullying policy by consulting with families, educators, and stakeholders to identify effective measures and areas needing improvement. This information can be found on the Daily Telegraph. These examples underscore the importance of proactive measures and collaborative efforts in addressing and mitigating cyberbullying among students. Cyberbullying among P-12 learners.